Hello again, SUV fans. I was watching Twice Diecast channel and he reviewed this thing, and it inspired me to get it myself. I really like this Xcartoys brand. I bought one over a year ago, and it was pretty good for the price. I buy all these off AliExpress, these Xcartoys, and they're not. They seem acceptable. So we're gonna give this one a go. So it says T8-01. I'm not sure if that's like their Wave 8, and this is the first in the wave. I'm not sure what that designation means. But the vehicle we're looking at is made by BAIC. I don't know what ORV means, but the model of this thing, the vehicle in the real world, is called the BJ80. This is originally, I guess, designed for the Chinese military, but you know they sell it to normal people as well. It started being produced in 2016 and sold to, I guess, regular customers in 2017. So typical Xcartoys packaging, not an overly excessive packaging, but you get a photo or a rendering, sort of rendering of what you're getting inside. I'm going to assume this is licensed. Maybe that's what BAIC is or something in Chinese text. And it's got good packaging, actually. It's like Mini GT, where they protect the sides and the top and all that. And then they seem to have this thing as well to protect it from the plastic, which actually will scratch paint in many cases. For a moment I thought the dealer did it, but they can't because the thing was shrink wrapped, unless the dealer has a shrink wrap machine. But this is a first. This is very common in die-cast airplanes. They'll have another piece of plastic to keep the friction from the bubble. Does this have tape on it? It does. Hold on. Grab the knife again. I'm looking at Wikipedia here, and it says this vehicle in the real world is a mid-size luxury SUV and is powered by 3 engines, either 2.3 to 3 liter petrols up to 250 horsepower, or a 2.8 liter Cummins diesel engine. So, alright, so naturally that fits in the box and can actually doesn't take up too much space in storage, so I will hold on to that one myself. It's front engined, 4-wheel drive, and if you're unfamiliar with SUVs, this looks very, very, very similar to a Mercedes G-Wagon, which dates back many decades. Wikipedia says this is supposed to sell in the $40,000 US range, which is a lot less than the Mercedes G-Wagon. I do find it funny that they also make a 6-wheel version, just like Mercedes does as well. So, imitation is flattery, I guess. And I mean, I guess it depends on the reliability. You know, will this last as long as the G-Wagon? We don't know. Okay, well, looking at the model now, it is a metallic green, so that's nice. I like metallics. They tend to resist paint bubbling better than solids. You'll see some ribbing here up on the roof. That's just paint, I think, on the casting, but it's nice that it's there. The wiper blades. Whoa, are these separate pieces? Hold on a minute here. This is unexpected. Those are separate. They're actually literally floating. They're so thin, I think they might be photo etched metal. Wow. This is something you expect to see on a resin model. Can anyone tell me, is there any other die-cast model that has photo etched metal wiper blades? Probably, maybe, but I can't recall. Or is there anything that has photo etched wiper blades that costs less than $15? That I don't think so. So that's really impressive. Okay, there's some blackout printing here for the windshield, whatever sensors are back there. There's some black paint on the casting for the molding. It's got some chrome plastic mirrors. Does it have these domes in them? I can't tell. I pulled up the wrong photograph. That could be a cooling sinkhole from the plastic molding process. Being a chromed piece of plastic, that does look somewhat reflective. It's not a flat surface, though. I think it might be a separate piece, though. It is reflecting, that's for sure. Alright, let's move down here. We got some wiper fluid ejectors there. Very squarish G-Wagon-ish hood, although it doesn't have the lights up here like a G-Wagon. And then we have painted turn signals and some sort of running lights, but then clear transparent headlights look good. We have a little grill texture in here, and then this is chromed as well. It's nice to see something on the license plate area. Some sensor dimples, and probably some fog lights painted silver. The bumper here, I don't know, there seems to be a brake here. I don't know if that's I think it's a separate piece because there's a brake here as well. Color match is very nice. Now these fenders, I think these might be part of the base because it looks like there's a gap here. So there's some sort of vent here, painted silver and black. And chrome work here, painted silver. The door handles are sticking out, silver. Some recesses for the fingers, some clearance for the hinges. And then a little, I think there's a little black, no, maybe not. I was going to say black paint for the molding there, but I don't think so. I think it's an illusion. Except back here. That's black paint there. But I think what they did is they chamfered the edge for the glass, and that makes it look dark. That's very smart design. The running boards here have a little silver paint on them. Okay, now the wheels here, yeah, they look like the front and rear 3/4 views I pulled up. They don't have a dark line in the middle, but come on, this model doesn't cost a lot, so I think it's great. And these are definitely knobby side blocks, but I don't know. They could definitely be smaller. It's as if someone took this car and went and bought aftermarket tires. They're just too knobby. They don't look like street tires. But this if it is like a G-Wagon, it is an off-road capable machine. I do feel like this sidewall is too flat though. It literally is flat. It's not bowed out at all, so it doesn't look realistic. There's no brakes in this thing that I can tell. No, it's just the stock. But again, for the price, I think that's totally acceptable. It does roll quite well. It almost, that's crazy. Those are some spongy tires. Hold on here. I wonder if they're hollow. They're rare. I don't know if it's this future board I have, this plastic thing. I've never tried to bounce a car or bounce a model, but it's spongy. And or maybe there's suspension going on here. Yeah, that's what it is. Alright. Maybe I'll add that to my reviews, the bounce test. Alright, well, yeah, so little lug nut details there in the center cap area. So that's good. Moving around to the back, we have some transparent taillights with a little bar here, probably for the backups, so that looks pretty nice how the light bounces around in there. Hinges here, a wheel cover, same metallic green as the body, and this chrome plastic thing is very shiny, very reflective. A little hand grab there, the BAIC logo there, and then nice on the plate, some dimples again, and we have a silver and red. So that's obviously a reflector. That does seem accurate according to the photograph. I wonder if it lights up or not. Is there black paint here? I can't tell again. No, I think it's an illusion the way they molded it. It just, in certain instances, it looks dark, but I don't think there's any paint there. Alright, there seems to be like a rain gutter going around here. Yeah, with the G-Wagon. I think the G-Wagon has a rain gutter. This base. How low can you go? I think that's metal. Yeah. It's not very cool, but that's very dense when I knock it. I think it's metal. That might be why it rolls so well. So it's nice here. We have probably the BAIC in Chinese text, the model of the vehicle, and then when this thing was made or copyrighted, the scale, who makes it, and who makes it again. So everything I want to know as a collector is already here. And then you still have some details, right? So that's fine. The interior, you know, it is screwed together, so that's another fine point. In this case, it's probably a tab in the back. Let's get Mr. Screwy out here and see what the interior looks like on this one. stuck paint. Look at that. So it was part of the base. And there's a suspension spring there. Alright, so we have a... Oh, whoa, nice. Very unexpected again for the price. Yeah, you got a little blue for the electronic screens, the silver for the venting, some wood trim action, and some button paint there. That seat's a little crooked, I think, maybe, but doesn't concern me too much. The doors even have a little bit of paint going around them. There's a little tab for the back, and yeah, this is all cast metal down here. I'll be darned. A little blemish there on the steering wheel thing, but doesn't bother me. I really don't look at the interiors too much after I review these things. Construction-wise, we seem to have some sort of pin and just tension, I think. Yeah, that works. There's also a rear view mirror. Didn't expect that. Okay. Let's get that tab back in there. I need a hand screwdriver because diecast metal isn't really strong, or really anything. You don't want to just jam a screw in there and start twisting. You want to back it out until you find the thread. A little click, or you can feel it most of the time, and then screw it back into the thread there. Okay, let's compare it to some other diecasts. Actually, before we even get into the spinning thing, let's just compare it to the G-Wagon. This is a Kyosho G-Wagon, by the way. Kyosho's, they don't really make models anymore, I don't think. Or they spit out like 1 or 2 castings that they developed years ago. They're overpriced compared to the competition today. I put on some aftermarket license plates on this one. Yeah, but otherwise it's pretty much stock, and then I usually put a sticker. This G-Wagon dates back to 1990, so yeah, plastic bases on Kyoshos. This one's press fit together. Some of them have screws, which is nicer. This one's not, but they always have nice tire treads. They seem to be different for every casting they make. This one has some separate mirrors, but yeah, alright. Anyways, I can already see it's an inferior model compared to this as far as the amount of work going into it. But we're just comparing vehicles now, assuming this is to scale and assuming that's to scale. But I've measured some Xcartoys before, and many Kyoshos, and they do seem to be scaled. So, obviously, style-wise, you got the round headlights. This looks like Land Rover Defender 90 right there, but it's the general boxiness of it. It's the hood, how it's very boxy and it's laid on top of the fenders. So that's what goes on here. Kyosho just doesn't have a tight gap there. Very squarish canopy, of course. Ribbing on the roof, but this ribbing goes up a little bit for, I'm guessing maybe the 3rd seat option or something, or just better storage in the back. They both have the fender flares, right? Obviously this is the originator, so we're just looking at the copycat process of BAIC, and oddly the wheels are quite similar. They both are similar at the wheel cover. This one's just on this side, that one's on that side. This has squarish horizontal tail lamps. I don't remember if the earlier ones had vertical lamps or not, but this is obviously vertical. So that's it styling wise. They both have floorboards, on the side. Yeah, it's funny. It's very funny. I do get some Jeep vibes out of this, and again, those lights are Defender 90, so it's not a straight up rip-off. And it's not just the Chinese. I mean, the Chrysler 300C looks like a Bentley to me. Alright, let's get that out of the way. We've seen that comparison there. Let's get this up here on the little chicken coaster. So, Jeep, let's see. Yeah, this is a green light. This is modified though, it's all lifted and stuff. Yeah, I put this out because of the the vertical grille. It's actually Hummer-esque. Actually, this is the best Jeep, so let me put out the Cherokee by green light. Very boxy looking again. vertical tail lamps. So a lot of shared cues for sure. Alright, but that's an older vehicle. So the last one I'll bring out, because it does look like a Defender kind of, is this model by LCD Model. LCD Model makes some of the best diecast vehicles in 1/64. Their only problem is they don't make enough. They don't have enough castings. But everything they make, in my experience, is top notch. It's good stuff. It's okay. Let's get an individual coaster out here. Well, Twice Diecast, I do agree with you. This Xcartoys is shaping up to be one of the best diecast brands. I mean, this is better than Para 64. It's better than Mini GT. Mini GT is only starting to have different plastics and colors in their, or different colors in their interiors. But I don't think Mini GT actually does dashboards, instruments, and stuff like that. But correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't bought the very latest Mini GTs. It's not as good as Inno64 or Tarmac Works Hobby, though, because those have brake systems. But the wiper blades, yeah, so it's better than Tarmac Works Global, which is based off the individual wiper blades. So, yeah, it's good stuff. The only issue, I guess, with Xcartoys is they only stick to Chinese vehicles. I'm guessing they are licensed. If there's Xcartoys, you can reach out to some Western brands. You know, you can do a better job than all these other competitors I just rattled off. So, I'd love to see it. You know, in particular, if you want to reach out to some American car companies and start making models of American cars, because Greenlight, Auto World, M2, they don't know what they're doing. they're just not good, because they have painted on headlights and these outrageous panel gaps that just make the model look silly, I think. Right? I still collect those brands, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, in the realm of comparison, they're just not good compared to Inno or Mini GT. All the import brands, all the Asian brands, they simply make nicer looking models, in my opinion. Okay, so that's a long ending. I have a few more of these Xcartoys that I'll be trickling out in reviews, and yeah, I just hope that you guys make some more castings. You know, don't end up like LCD and only put out one new casting every 6 months. I'd like to see more. I'm sure other people would as well, preferably of cars that the rest of the world recognizes. Thanks. Take care.